Good morning, guys. I usually don't do morning shows, but obviously people have been like, girl, where you been? Here I am. I'm back here on the mornings. I said on the mornings. In the mornings, it is late for me. It's after 10. I'm probably not going to be up here for more than 30 to 45 minutes because I'm ready to get in my bed, and mess these sheets up because I'm sleepy. But good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Pam. Good morning, Lynn. Patricia, hello. Which cover singer are we shaming today? We're not going to be shaming any cover singers today, right? People wouldn't be asking where we are if we didn't like the video. Hey, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. So, I briefly did a video earlier in my day. It's probably like 4 or 5 in the morning for you guys. So I know a lot of people missed that live, but I had an awesome show with Casey. I said Casey, Kaylee and Lucas, which was dope. I can't wait to do more shows like that with them. We were talking about the culture war and how many different cultures we're fighting at once. What is their purpose? What is their end goal? Are we losing? Are we winning? And in my personal opinion, I don't think we will ever win the culture war. I think it's a losing battle. And listen to me when I say this. It's a losing battle, but that doesn't mean that we stop telling the truth. We're always supposed to stand on the truth and put it out there regardless of what things are. There's my homie right there. So I kind of did a little bit more research regarding Israel and Palestine. And I found that I kind of stood in the middle where it's like, okay, when we say we stand for Israel, what are we saying? Because I see Christians taking it from a different perspective. I see Americans just saying like, look, they have every right to defend themselves, which is where I stand. But there are other people that are like, no, we have to stand with Israel. They're the chosen. God said they were the chosen people. We have to stand with them. We have to defend them. As Christians, this is what we have to do. And then she gave a perspective that I was on the fence with. I didn't really know how to vocalize it or say it because you don't want to offend anybody. But she said something that really rang a bell in my head. Christians are standing for Israel when some people in Israel, some of the Jews that are there, they don't even believe in Jesus to be the Messiah. So literally what she was saying is when they say bless Israel, what does it mean? Does it mean giving them the gospel? Does it mean welcoming them into your home and showing them true Christianity, showing them what Jesus is all about? Or does it mean you just stand with them? Regardless, no purpose, no nothing. You're just standing with them. And I found these videos where a guy goes to different parts of the country, Ecuador, USA. He's in Kuwait. Where else did he go? Oh, he went to Ecuador. I can't understand what he's got going on with these USA, Denon, USA, jihadists. Okay, wherever he is, he went around asking these questions, and he's asking Israeli people, "Who is Jesus for you?" And their responses kind of have me like, huh? What exactly are we standing for? Like me, most Americans, I believe they have a right to defend themselves. But I also look at this another way. This is between extreme groups. They're attacking another country over land. But the people there, they don't have anything to do with this. Just like the people in America have absolutely nothing to do with what's going on. We're all attaching ourselves to different things, and we're making life super complicated instead of keeping it simple. So I want to react to this video, and I want you guys to see the responses that a lot of these folks gave. I was actually pretty floored looking at this. Now, this is not to bash a Jew. This is not to bash a Palestine. This is literally looking at it for what it is. We stand with them when a lot of them don't believe in the same Messiah that we do. What exactly are we standing for? I think that's the question that we should all be asking ourselves. What exactly are we standing for? When you say, I stand with Israel, what do you mean? What does that mean for a lot of Christians? I hope I shared the audio.
Who is Jesus to you? מי זה ישו בשבילך?
ישו זה הנביא של הנוצרים.
אתה רוצה להוסיף משהו?
לא, בנושא הזה בכלל לא. הנביא, האלוהים של הנוצרים.
אוקיי.
בן אדם טוב היה, אללה ירחמו. הוא היה צדיק.
כן.
כמו משה רבנו שלנו.
כן.
מה? צריך לכבד. כמו שיש את מוחמד, יש את ישו, ויש את האלוהים שלנו, ויש את משה רבנו שלנו. היה בן אדם טוב, הוא היה איתי בקייטנה ביחד.
Who is Jesus to you?
Oh, it's a hard question. A cousin? No. I don't know.
I'm telling you, their responses to who Jesus is quite alarming. I'm not saying you can't stand for Israel and them defending themselves. I'm saying when you say I stand with Israel, what do you mean as a Christian? I'm going to keep asking that question the more I get into this video.
Okay.
I guess for me it's nothing.
Okay.
I guess it's someone for people who consider themselves Christian, but for me it's nothing.
Okay. I'll explain why I asked that specific question. People outside of Israel who are Christians, very religious, they don't really understand how Jews live in this is my impression. They don't understand how Jews live in the land where Christianity was born and don't know much or follow Christianity. So they ask me to ask Israelis, who is Jesus for them? What is Jesus? Why don't they believe in Jesus?
I don't look at Israeli as a Jewish state. I look at it as a country that I've been born,
Okay.
and I love.
Did you hear that? She doesn't even look at it as a Jewish state. This is just the country she was born in. I'm gonna let this keep going. I have to stop it because I don't want him to think that I'm trying to take over his content.
Love it because I grew up here and I love it. I got used to it. Let's face it.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't look at this country as something religious because thank God it's going the other direction now.
Yeah.
I'm not religious at all.
Okay, so you're not religious, so
yeah, I do have a lot of family that they are, but I'm not religious.
Okay. מי זה ישו בשבילך?
ישו זה מייסד דת הנצרות.
אוקיי. אני חושב שמה שהם רוצים לדעת זה למה אנחנו יהודים לא מאמינים בישו, שהוא המשיח, כאילו.
קודם כל אני בחורה דתייה. מאמינה במה שהיהדות שמה לפנינו. ישו הגיע אלפי שנים אחרי. כולם היה יהודי, אבל הלך לדת אחרת, הקים דת אחרת.
השאלה הראשונה זה מי זה ישו בשבילנו, בשביל היהודים? איזה עמדה יש לו?
ישו נולד לאמא יהודייה, או בעיקרון יהודי, והנוצרים לקחו אותו כמנהיג שלהם.
אוקיי.
הם טוענים שהוא לא נולד מאמא בכלל, הוא כאילו...
מאבא, כאילו אבא שלו אלוהים, כן, נכון.
אבל אנחנו יודעים שהוא נולד כן מאבא.
אוקיי. מאיפה אנחנו יודעים בעצם?
זה מובא בתלמוד הבבלי.
אוקיי, מה כתוב?
שמי התעברה. כתוב שם מי התעברה, אני לא זוכר בדיוק את השם. אם תרצה, אני...
יכול להיות יוסף, כי היה לו בעל יוסף.
אני לא זוכר ממי התעברה.
בסדר, גם אני לא מומחה בזה. אוקיי. אבל יש לו עמדה ספציפית ביהדות, נגיד באסלאם, יש לו עמדה ספציפית כפרופט.
את תורת ישו אני לא מכיר. אני לא יודע מה העמדה שלו לגבי היהדות.
אוקיי. אוקיי, ואני מניח למה הם שואלים, וזה למה אנחנו לא מאמינים בישו כהמשיח. אתה יכול לדבר על זה.
למה אנחנו לא מאמינים שמה?
שהוא המשיח.
למה כן? למה שנאמין? מה ההסבר שהוא כן המשיח?
I keep hearing people say, this is the Holy Land. We have to help them defend it. These are our allies. We know that these countries are going to go to war. And the Antichrist is going to come from these places saying that he is the Messiah. We know that as Christians, right? Please let me know in the comment section. You know that as a Christian. We've watched 3 people so far completely denounce Jesus to be the Messiah. What do we mean when we say we stand for Israel? And like I said, thousands of times before, they have every right to defend themselves. But I'm talking about from a Christianity standpoint, for everybody that calls himself a believer, there is no way to get through heaven, to get to the Father, but through Jesus Christ.
אני לא יודע, אני לא נוצרי, אני יכול להסביר לך, אבל יש להם בטח סיבות, אבל למה הוא לא?
אוקיי, אני אוכל להתווכח איתך, שתגידי לי את הטענה שלך.
זהו, אני לא יודע מה הטענות, אין לי מושג. צריך אני צריך להכין מראש, סורי נוצרים, אין לי מושג. אבל לפי, יש כאילו למה הוא לא? כאילו מה צריך להיות, שהוא יהיה משיח, או שמישהו יהיה משיח?
הוא לא משיח.
אוקיי.
עכשיו, הטענה שלהם שהוא משיח, אבל יכול להיות בגלל שהוא לא נולד מאבא, כאילו ישיר מאלוקים, אני לא יודע.
לא, אני יודע שהוא בא באמת לחם, הבית של יסי, כאילו הבית הנכון, וחוץ מזה, לא יודע.
אבל זה לא מדבר לגבי היהדות, זה לא המשיח.
זה לא המשיח, אז מי המשיח יכול להיות?
אנחנו אף אחד לא יודע. מי שיודע לא אומר, מי שאומר לא יודע.
מה זה אומר?
מי שיודע...
כן, אבל מה בראש?
הוא לא מגלה. מי שיגיד לך שהוא יודע, סימן שהוא לא יודע.
אוקיי. אז אבל לא, אני בתור יהודי, אני תמיד חשבתי שיש, כאילו, המשיח חייב להיות X, Y, Z.
לא, אף אחד לא יודע.
אוקיי. אז איך נדע שהוא פה?
יהיה בסדר, אנחנו נדע.
אוקיי, בסדר. Who is Jesus for you?
דמות בשביל אנשים שלא חושבים לבד.
Okay. I can translate it, it's okay. Okay, so you think...
it's just a story for people that have not been taught critical thinking.
She said it is a story for people who have not been taught critical thinking. There's going to be a new Jerusalem. This Jerusalem that's here will cease to exist, because with Jesus, his second return, comes the new Jerusalem. That is what our Bible teaches. I'm going to keep going. Now, like I said, I have no problem with them defending themselves against a terrorist group. They're allowed to do that. What I'm asking people is, what do you mean when you say you stand with Israel? What do you mean?
Okay. And do you think that about all religions or just Christians? Okay. מי זה ישו, כאילו, מבחינת מהמבט היהודית?
יש גמרא על ישו, במסכת סנהדרין, שהוא היה תלמיד של תנא, אבל הוא כפר בעיקר, הוא יצא לדרך שהיא לא הדרך של היהדות, הוא האמין בזה שכבר הגיע הזמן של העולם הבא, למרות שלא הגיע הזמן של העולם הבא. משהו כזה.
אוקיי. מה להוסיף? שאתה יודע. והשאלה, למה אנחנו יהודים לא מאמינים שישו הוא המשיח?
כיוון שלא הגיעה הגאולה, הוא סובר שהגיעה הגאולה ואין יותר עניין בלעבוד ולעשות מצוות, אבל היהדות טוענת שעדיין יש זמן לעשות מצוות, כיוון שעדיין אף אחד פה לא נהנה, הנאה מוחלטת, אז ברור שעדיין העולם הבא אותו הגיע.
זה על ישו, מי זה ישו במבט ה... Jesus?
Absolutely. We can do that. What I'm saying is, a lot of these people don't even know who Jesus is. I'm getting to the point where I'm not standing with anything that is not tied to Jesus or doesn't have a foundation to it. I can't. I'm not going to do that as a believer. And some people won't like this video, and that's completely fine. There's a far left to everything. There's a far right. There's a far left. There's radical groups everywhere. But I'm specifically talking about us as people. What are we supporting?
קרייסט במבט היהודית.
ישו?
כן.
הוא נוצרי, הוא לא קשור אלינו בכלל.
אוקיי, אז למה הוא לא המשיח?
כי הוא לא קשור.
Bruh. How many other people have this same thought process? I don't understand it. I really don't. I was really confused watching this. So confused.
קשור אלינו, אנחנו מאמינים בתורה, יש לנו את התורה שהיא ההוכחה שלנו.
מה?
יהודי שהתנצר והלך לנצרות. שיחק בדיוק, חי בסרט רציני שהוא הולך על המים.
היה מעשן הרבה.
הוא האמין בצלב. הוא האמין בצלב. אנחנו יש לנו את המגן דוד, יש לנו את אלוהים שלו שמיים. אנחנו מאמינים בתורה שאלוהים נתן לנו בהר סיני. אנחנו לא מאמינים בישו, ישו בכלל לא קשור אלינו. אין לנו קשר לישו. יש לנו את התורה שממנה אנחנו מאמינים, חוקים, הכל יש בתורה.
מי זה ישו בשבילכם?
ישו זה מייסד הנצרות. זה לא מדויק היסטורית, אבל הוא נחשב מייסד הנצרות. מייסד האמיתי זה פאולוס.
מה? פאולוס? לא שמעתי.
הוא בעצם מייסד הנצרות האמיתי.
אוקיי. הבנתי, אוקיי.
עבור איזה פרויקט זה?
זה פרויקט שלי. שאני עושה, אני לומד ומלמד קונפליקטים, למה אנחנו רבים, ובחול יש הרבה מיתוס על הקונפליקט ועל ישראלים ופלסטינאים בכלל, יותר על ישראלים, הרבה יותר, ואז אני אומר לאנשים, תשלח לי שאלות, אני אלך, כל שאלה, אני אלך לרחוב, שאנשים...
שבוע היו לי, אני עובדת בארגון של...
Oh, English? Even better.
Oh, I can speak English. I work in an organization that gives help.
What does bless mean? Bless could mean I'm going to bless you and tell you the gospel. It could mean I'm going to welcome you into my home and let you eat. Bless could mean 1,000 different things. It doesn't necessarily mean that we have to stand with people that don't even subscribe to the same ideology that we do. That would be no different than us subscribing to what the left is saying and bending and saying, oh, but we still got to bless you. No, we can bless them by giving them the gospel. The same way we would do it in the US is no different. The war that's happening over there is happening because extremist groups wanting to puff their chests out. It's happening over there because our government is funding it, along with China and all these other players that want certain things to happen in this country. What does bless mean? Standing with Israel. What does that mean? People need to and I did it myself. We have to think about the things that we endorse, the things that we take on. Think about it. Do you think all this is just happening? You think these people are fighting just to be fighting? Why is it now trickling over into the US where we have Palestinians and Jews fighting each other, people that are pro-Palestine, people that are pro-Israel? They have this hatred towards each other. Why is this happening? When we say bless Israel, what does that mean? Praying for others. Like I just gave at least 4 different things that could mean bless. I don't agree with this. I have a totally different outlook on what stand with Israel means. At this point, I understand why they're retaliating. I am 100% on board. But I'm not standing with anybody other than Jesus. That's it. It's that simple for me. I'm not standing with anybody except for Jesus. And I hope people understand what I'm saying when I'm doing this video. I hope it makes you think a little bit.
It gives help to pregnant women who are of financial difficulties.
Okay.
And some, I think they were making a donation. They came in, and they said that they were Christians, but they were living in Israel for many years or something like that. And they asked me if I'm a believer. And I thought for a minute, and I said, I'm a Jew. They stopped asking me.
Okay. Yeah, I think there's an automatic assumption that they can't quite figure out why we don't believe in Jesus.
Yeah.
If we believe
Right.
at all. So, well, okay, can you maybe explain in
Why
some way
I'm
why?
a Jew?
Yeah.
Why I'm a
Or
Jew?
why Jews in general, or you, don't believe in Jesus Christ
It's
as your
not
Lord and Savior, or that kind of thing?
It's not our tradition. We have our own tradition, which is very ancient and very ingrained. How would you say?
Ingrained.
Ingrained.
Yeah.
Ingrained. And part of it is not believing. It's not believing in Jesus.
Okay.
See, there is no way to get to the Father but through the Son. You can't do it. What? Don't say you're standing for Jesus when he died for everyone. Do you hear how you sound? Why can't I stand for Jesus? Who wouldn't stand for Jesus? It's like people don't understand, or maybe you don't grasp what I'm saying. I'm not standing with Palestine or Israel. They have every right to defend themselves, and we should help them as our allies. I'm speaking as a believer right now, not an American. As a believer, because we're all believers first. I'm American second. I'm a conservative second. I'm a believer first. We are supposed to acknowledge Jesus in everything that we do, because you cannot get to the Father. You cannot even inherit heaven unless you acknowledge Jesus. They don't acknowledge Jesus. Yes, Jesus came for everybody, but everybody won't accept Jesus. Hello? We're looking at it right here, right now.
Do you happen to know
That's
why
Messiah.
why we don't believe Jesus was the Messiah? Do you happen to know why?
Because we have different picture of what Messiah is. We see Messiah as something that's going to happen in the future, and it's going to fix the world. The world's going to be the way it's supposed to be when the Messiah comes. And it hasn't happened yet, so pretty simple. But the stronger answer is that it's just not in our tradition.
מי זה ישו? Who's Jesus for you? זה
I
מהאנשים
think
שבא.
that Jesus is like the postmodern of the Judaism, really. Like, even, אני מדבר עברית, אז ישו בא ועשה משהו נורא סציוני, ביטל את הכל, השאיר ואהבת לך כמוך תאהב את אדוני בכל לבבך ובכל מאודך. זה היה באמת איזשהו פיוז'ן, איזשהו שינוי לחלוטין של התפיסה היהודית, שהיא מאוד נחרצת ומאוד זה, ואז בישו, רק peace and love, ורק אהבה, ורק שפע. זהו, זה מה שישו בשבילי, לא איזשהו, אני לא באמת מסתכל על כל הדברים האלה של דתות בשבילי בכלל, זה לא משהו שהוא נקרא לזה, זה יותר סיפורי ותובנות ומעשיות, ולא איזשהו משהו עובדתי. וישו מסמל את אמרתי, את הפוסט-מודרנה הזאת, את השינוי. שפוסט-מודרנה זה משהו שחזר, זה לא רק עכשיו, התקופה הזאת ב-2000 לא, זה היה גם פוסט-מודרנה לפני 1,000 שנה, וגם לפני 2,000 שנה. איזושהי רפלקציה שהוא עשה ליהדות, ואמר, לא צריך להיות את הנחרצות הזאת, אלא...
אז למה אתה לא מאמין בו?
כי אני לא מאמין באף אחד, גם לא אתה יודע, בכלל לא באנשים, אלא נטו, אתה יודע מה, אני מאמין בטבע, אני מאמין בקרמה, זה כן. אבל לא באנשים, לא במשה, לא במוחמד ולא בישו. בעיניי, just symbols.
מי זה ישו בשבילך בתור יהודי?
זה סיפור ארוך, השאלה מה אתה רוצה לשמוע.
זה
סיפור או בקצרה?
לא יודע, כאילו מישהו מחו"ל שואל שהוא נוצרי, כמובן, ולא, כאילו, רוצה להבין מי ליהודים, מי זה ישו?
ישו כעיקרון הוא היה כהן, הוא היה כהן גדול אפילו. כהן גדול, הסיפור אומר, כאילו בקבלה...
Man, this is, I will never understand. I will never understand how he can be just a simple prophet. I don't understand how he can just be a simple man, or he was just a great teacher. When he conquered death, bro. He conquered death. Show me a man that could conquer death. Show me a simple man that sits at the right hand of Jesus. Show me. Somewhere. Anybody.
בכלל, שפעם הם היו נמצאים בתוך בית מקדש כלשהו, זה לא היה בית מקדש בדיוק, זה היה מקום כזה שכל הגדולים היו שם, והם היו נושאים את שם השם עליהם, על השרשרת, על הטבעת, הם ידעו את שם המפורש. וישו היה אחד מהם. רק כשיצאו החוצה, אז כאילו היו אומרים תמיד להתנקות, כאילו גם במחשבות, במים, ויכולים לצאת החוצה לקבל כאילו, אתה יודע, להיות עם שאר האנשים. ישו לעומת זאת, רגע, יש לי פה מישהו, אתה רוצה לעצור רגע, ואז תקצור אותו.
Take two.
אוקיי, take two, אוקיי. כעיקרון הם היו צריכים לצאת משם, לנקות את המחשבה, להוריד מעליהם את השם המפורש, אז הסיפור אומר שכעיקרון הוא יצא עם השם המפורש עליו, אז הוא קיבל אורות כעיקרון, כאילו, אתה יודע, קיבל קצת כוח כאילו.
אוקיי.
על זה דרך אגב אומרים היהודים שהוא יתהלך על המים, הוא באמת יתהלך על המים, זה לא שלא מאמינים בזה, אבל זה בזכות שם המפורש.
אוקיי.
והוא יתהלך כעיקרון באותו מקום שהוא ידע שבעבר יתהלכו שם 12 שבטים בירדן. הם עברו שם, היה שם 12 אבנים גדולות, עד היום אתה יכול לראות 12 אבנים גדולות אם אתה צולל, ושם הוא יתהלך. אז ישו כעיקרון הוא יהודי, שבוא נגיד הוא דגל בדרך של אהבה ושלום, ומבחינתו כאילו זה מה שצריך להיות. אם אתה שואל את דעתי, אז הוא סחב אחריו כאילו זרימה מאוד חזקה שהיום הם הרבה, ואני חושב שהוא לא השאיר להם הרבה כלים, שזה כל התורה וכל הסדר, כאילו אמר להם, ואהבת לרעך כמוך, והוא דגל בזה, בקטע של אהבה ושלום וזה, שזה מצוין, לא שולל את זה, אבל הוא...
אז איזה כלים חסר להם?
כל התורה, כל הסודות, כל הדברים האלה, איך לעבוד את זה, בוא נגיד. בסדר, יופי, אז תאהב את ההוא, תהיה לך שלום, אבל אתה צריך לדעת איך לעבוד בזה חדש.
שמופיע איפה זה... כאילו זה ב... איפה הכלים האלה? לא רק בתורה, כאילו התורה יש להם.
יש בקבלה, בפרשנויות.
כן.
זה כמו שבגלל זה הגמרא, למשל, יצאה דווקא אחרי, שזה לפני 1600 ומשהו שנה, ששם יש לך ממש כלים. חוץ מזה יש ספר שנקרא, אני לא זוכר את השם שלו בדיוק, יש ספר של, לא זוכר אם זה יהודה הנשיא או משהו שהוא ממש עושה, הכוזרי קוראים לספר, תחפש אותו דרך אגב, טוב לך.
So, Jesus came to fulfill the law, and he did just that, which is the reason that we are not bound to the old Mosaic laws. We now fall under grace. We are extended that grace because he came, conquered the laws, died, and rose again. Now we can receive eternal life as long as we acknowledge him in all his ways, live life the way we're supposed to, keep the greatest commandment of all, love, keep the 10 commandments, and have the Holy Spirit within you. And the fruits of the Spirit are obvious. For me, it's simple. People complicate so many things for absolutely no reason. And like I said, what does bless mean? In my opinion, it's love. Love is correction. Love is truth. Love is all that. And we are to love them. Yes. But it doesn't mean that I need to stand with you. Again, I'm good with just simply standing with Jesus. Both sides don't know Jesus. That's the harsh reality about all this. Both sides don't know Jesus. And thank you to Bevelin for, man, she had me thinking. She had me thinking. I'm like, okay, so what do we mean we stand with Israel? What do we mean we support them? What does that mean? Let me read some of your comments. I had the same questions you did, and from what I was told, they're looking for more of a political leader, and to them, Jesus was not that. Well, I think the word is the word. It's crazy. Sonia, I agree with you. However, it takes faith to believe in him, believe he conquered death. One thing no one can dispute is Jesus lived and he died. There was an earthquake. Faith without works is dead. So we can have all the faith we want, but if we're not living our lives the way we're supposed to, it doesn't matter. Cancels out all of that. I've always said if you follow the 10 Commandments, then you're good. What does that mean? I'm still waiting for someone to tell me. What does we stand with Israel mean? What does that mean? Like, Americans hop on all these trends. What does that mean? Why are you standing with Israel? Is it because they're an ally? Is it because there's holy land there? What does that mean?
זרי הוא ממש עושה את ההצלבות של כל הדתות.
אוקיי.
ממש מדהים. הוא ממש מספר את כל הסיפור, ואיך זה, וזה, וזה.
איך זה שווה כאילו?
כן, איך זה כאילו מתערבב ביחד. אז כעיקרון הוא יהודי לשעבר, וכאילו כל גוי זה יוצא שהוא יהודי לשעבר. זאת אומרת, כל גוי שהיום מתגייר ויהיה יהודי, אז הוא סך הכל מחזיר עטרה ליושנה. ככה אני חושב. אז כן, זה פשוט עוד דרך, זה כמו שיש דרכים של אינדיאנים, מדיטציות, זה, בסופו של דבר הכל מוביל לאותו כיוון. one God, כמו שאומרים.
I just want people to think. That's it. Israel's God's chosen people. That's what it says in the Bible, but they don't recognize Jesus as the Messiah. They don't even recognize him as anything other than he was a prophet or a rabbi. That's it. They don't read the Bible. They read the Torah, and the Torah is clearly different from the Bible that we read. I'm just confused. Just a little confused, that's all. That's all that matters to me. That is really all that matters to me. I stand with Israel only because of our allies. A lot of Americans do. Me, I'm the same way. I'm not going to say I stand with them. I definitely understand. But I'm not picking a side. I don't want to read a blog. I want to know what you think. A blog, I don't really care for that. All I'm saying is sometimes a deeper look into things, it doesn't hurt. Sometimes actually trying to understand what's what and what's going on and what we are supporting, it doesn't hurt. Everything has been politicized, everything. Wars are happening. People are dying. And I'm trying to pick my words carefully because I don't want to offend anybody. Like I said, this was not to bash anybody. This was certainly eye-opening for me. All I'm saying is, guys, look deeper into things. Ask yourself why. Okay, why am I supporting this? What does this mean? What does this exactly mean? I think a lot of people just, yeah, Israel, go ahead and do your thing. And then you have Christians that are like, no, no matter what, we have to stand with Israel. We have to bless Israel because that's what God called us to do. What does bless mean? What does it mean? Ask yourself these questions. That's all I'm saying. I don't have anything against Jews. In fact, a lot of Jews watch my show. Everybody is entitled to believe and worship as they worship. All right? You do what you do. But in the Bible that I read and the way I was taught since being a little girl and understanding what we're here for, Jesus is the way, the truth, and the light. And there's no way you can get through. There's no way you can get to heaven but through him. You can't get to the Father but through him. That's it. That's it, man. It's impossible to write one sentence text to that. No, it's really not. It's not complicated at all. Play. There, thank you. Pray. Bless. Simply it. Ask yourself and take it to your pastor to explain, because I'm so confused why the chosen don't believe in the Son. I'm sorry. Thank you. Everybody's coming in. Good health, wisdom, understanding. That is all I wish for Israel. Bless them. Help them understand. Help them see the light. Jesus is the only way, the truth, and the light. And that's where I stand with it. I'm only standing with Jesus. That's it. I think I'm sleepy, man. I'm not even going to think I know because I'm starting to yawn. I'm forgetting the words that I want to say. It's almost 11 o'clock here. Whew. I'm just tired of the trends. I'm tired of us hopping on any and everything, attaching ourselves to any and everything, and nobody has a clue why they're doing it. It's a trend. It's like the SJWs, man. They hop on anything. So get some sleep, because we're going to need another show to discuss this more. Man, I will have to literally sit and pray and read and study, because these things, they matter to me. Standing with Israel isn't a trend. I think you're just going to argue with me right now without providing any response. Every American, especially a conservative American, is saying, we stand with Israel. And I can guarantee you a large portion of them don't even know what the F is going on. Tell me it's not a trend again. There are people like me. I had no clue what the hell's going on in Israel. I wasn't paying attention to that. You know what I saw? I'm like, damn, Israel got bombed, so they're bombing back. Okay, I stand with Israel. It's a trend. Show me. Half the people don't even know what the hell we're talking about. Everybody knows when you watch me, if you're gonna disagree and have a reason. Telling me it's not a trend. That don't mean nothing to me. It means that you're arguing in the comment section. They don't know why they stand with Israel. They don't know why they're doing it. Maybe it's not a trend for you, but a large portion of Americans have no clue what the hell's going on. It's a trend. I don't know why. The denial, man. It's like denial is a hell of a drug. A lot of things that happen in America, a lot of things that we attach ourselves to, conservatism, it's a trend. People call themselves a conservative because it's cool. Just like young people are attaching themselves to socialism because it's cool. Oh, it's cool. I want to be a socialist. Okay, well, why? I don't know. Free stuff. They have no clue. You're so far off what I'm talking about. How many Americans know the biblical history between Israel and all? How many Americans know that? How many? I need a number. Somebody throw a number at me. How many people even knew they were an ally? I can guarantee you, my mom has no clue what any of this shit is. But you know what? From her standpoint, oh yeah, I stand with Israel. You know why? Because it says it in the Bible. That's why. She has no other clue why. I do my research. I'm not an idiot. I'm not going to get on here and talk about something that I have no clue what I'm talking about. It's a question. Why are you standing with Israel? If it's all biblical, prove it. And if we were looking at this from a biblical standpoint, I don't think we would be saying I stand with Israel. We would be saying I stand with Jesus. That's it. I'm not going to stand with a country. Mm, 15%. I maybe. I was gonna say 10, but maybe. Maybe. I somewhat have knowledge. I'm not an idiot. I wouldn't come on here talking about this stuff if I had no clue what I was talking about. The stuff that I discuss, all this is culture. They're attaching themselves to the culture war, getting people amped up. Nobody knows exactly why they support Israel. I'm not going to say nobody, but a large portion of Americans, they don't know why. They just know somebody got bombed. We got to stand for Israel because they're an ally. They have no clue about biblical things. Look at our country. Look at our country. You're telling me everybody that has that thing around their picture knows exactly why they stand for Israel? No. I spent hours today looking at this stuff. It's obvious this is a trend for some people. That's it. And I feel like we should do more research. We should figure out what's what, and we should get more into our Bibles. That's the only thing that's going to save us. Bless could mean pray. Bless could mean I'm going to open my doors to you. Bless could mean anything. You said it's more like 2%. Oh, man. Friday is Malcolm X Day. Why is it not a national holiday? Because they don't want to acknowledge Malcolm X, because Malcolm X told people to be accountable. That's why you can't celebrate somebody that was actually holding black folks accountable. It doesn't work like that. Now, Martin Luther King, let's celebrate all day because he had a dream. He had a dream. I'm just looking through some of your comments, guys. I see him rolling in. Yeah, ask your pastor. Ask anybody. I don't attend a church, but I do have some awesome people that understand the Bible a lot better than I do. My father-in-law is great with it. I'll probably have a conversation with him, and I can almost guarantee we'll be on the same page with asking people. I just want to go around and ask people, why do you support Israel? Why do you support Israel? And we'll see how many say, all because it's biblical. We'll see. Feed? What are you talking about, Larry? Larry? Excuse me. But I'm going to hop off here. I'm getting sleepy. This was a fun topic. Biblical isn't enough of a reason. Is anybody else missing what I'm saying? I said I'm going to ask Americans why they support Israel, and I guarantee you a lot of them will have no clue of the biblical aspects of it because they're not in tune with anything in the Bible. I never said it wasn't enough of a reason. It's like you're not listening to me. Thank you, Donald. I'm frozen. I can't even in the show right now. Come on. Am I gonna unfreeze? Okay, there it is. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, like I'm gonna say it again and I'm gonna go. A large portion of Americans have no real reason why they support Israel. They just know that everybody's saying it, so they're hopping on board. People like us, we understand what things mean. Okay? There you go. I support the land as it's holy, but the people there are not the true tribes of Israel. That's all I'm saying. The land, go ahead. I'm not going to tell people anything. I'm going to force people to think. Why do you support it? And you should be able to give me an answer. And when you can, cool. Go ahead and do research. But I'm not here, and nobody, I don't think anybody should be telling anybody why they should be doing something. It is their responsibility and their duty to go figure it out. Period. I'm just posing the question. Why? I support Israel because my great uncle was a part of liberating World War II camps. Okay. Followers. We'll see, man. Maybe I will go around asking the military spouses and service members, why do you support Israel? What does that mean to you? You guys have a great evening or a morning. It's morning for you guys, it's evening for me. So I'm out of here.
In Washington, D.C., in the House of...
Oops, wrong outro. See, bro, I'm sleepy. I'm messing everything up.